Here's a real-world open example of where, Gecko is outgunned in a green change environment. But we're not either, okay? It's just this unclear water. We're out there, and we decided that one great thing to help build up our business would be if we were working with the Providence Housing Authority to do a big green change over there. Well, they've got 2,600 units of affordable housing over there. And they've got over 100 different properties, some of them big high-rises with all these units in it. I mean, it's a big project. It's a big project. Take them through 104 questions about what they do. They're going to give you some responses that you're not prepared for. They're doing some stuff right that you hadn't even thought of. You get into this conversation about, okay, they have a $300,000 a month electricity bill. Great. Let's help you tackle that. Now, we're looking at our windmill solutions that we're recommending to most of our clients, and they're really underpowered, and they don't make any sense for them. So what do? Well, you got to reshape what you're thinking about in terms of the size and scope of the windmill. Well, we're talking about little things that go on top of small business owners' places. Is that going to cut it when you're talking about a $300,000 a month electricity bill? No. What makes a lot more sense in an environment like that is to put up a gigantic wind turbine. You're looking at potentially a $2 million project. Well, you uncovered one hell of an opportunity there. They got $300,000 a month in electricity bill. They want to drop that down by $60,000, $70,000 a month or so. They need a real solution for that. You're talking about a big wind turbine. That's a major project. So we go out. We convince them that this is what they need. We do all the research. We stay just ahead of them in their research. They've got internal resources looking at this now that you brought it up to them. You're staying just ahead of them in their research. You're staying relevant. You're doing everything you can. They go out and they say, hey, great. We're going to file a grant for a feasibility study to make sure we have enough wind resource at some location that we have and everything to do this. Thanks for the help. Well, how do we stay relevant in there to make sure that we can gain some money out of this? They're going to start applying for grants. They're going to do it without us, right? That's what can happen. You gave them a great plan, but you're outgunned resource-wise. You're outgunned just knowledge-wise. Because we did that, we went out and we blew out one of our own suggestions, which is develop a green change network of vendors and business partners to help yourself out. Bring in some experts and get them to help you. So we brought in one of the state's leading environmental assessment organizations for wind feasibility studies, and we said, hey, can you guys volunteer your time for it? Most places will do a free consultation anyway. But we got their top engineer to go out and visit some of these sites. And they did that work for free because, guess what? They want to win the feasibility business. They've got to send somebody out there. All of a sudden, we're not the general contractor for that feasibility study. Far from it. But we are a subcontractor of the company that does the feasibility studies. So they're going out there and they're saying, hey, for this level of feasibility study, they're going to do a $50,000 job. Providence Housing Authority applies to the Rhode Island Renewable Energy Fund for the $50,000 to pay for that study, so they're not going to pay a dime for it. We help them find that cash resource, and we're positioned as a consultant for the environmental engineering company that's going to go out there and do the work for the feasibility study. Okay, $6,000 for the work that somebody else is doing. And what we're going to do is we're going to help them out with client communication because we know the client. And we're going to manage that part of the process. So an area that we have no expertise in whatsoever, because we have the right partners, we're able to help them implement green change. Go out, find the right partners, subcontract under them. Now remember what we tossed around for numbers in the beginning where we said, hey, maybe it's 500 for the, or 400 and change or whatever for the first part, 1,000 for the second part, 1,500 for that third part. None of that equals out to the 6,000 that we're going to make in the first stage of a $2 million wind project. $50,000 is going to get rolled out. We're going to get 6,000 of it. Is that company going to get? Are they going to get the grant? Yeah. If this was a company that had a budget, yeah, that money going to happen. Most likely, unless, lightning strikes and we don't get it. But the reality is, that's a $2 million project, and we remained relevant in that conversation because we didn't expect that we had all the answers ourselves.